So we're all out there trying to get stronger to push our bodies, right? But what happens when your body, well, pushes back? That sudden pain from a muscle injury can be so confusing, and there's a ton of conflicting advice out there. In this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise and give you a clear roadmap from that very first ouch all the way back to full strength and confidence. Oh man, it's a feeling we've all had. You're completely in the zone, mid-workout, playing a sport, maybe even just lifting some groceries, and then, bam, that sharp, totally unwelcome pain. That exact moment kicks off a journey, and the first question is always the same. What just happened, and what on earth am I supposed to do now? All right, so to figure out how to fix this thing, we first have to understand the what. Like, what is actually happening deep inside your muscle when you feel that pop or that pull? We throw around the words strain and tear, like they're pretty much the same thing, but they're not. Think of it like this. A muscle strain is like stretching a rubber band to its absolute limit. It's overstretched and, frankly, pretty angry. A tear, on the other hand, is when that rubber band actually starts to snap. We're talking about a physical break in the muscle fibers. And getting this difference is absolutely key to knowing how serious your injury is. So where do these injuries usually decide to show up? Well, it's often in the big, powerful muscles. Think about your hamstrings, your quads, and your calves. Those are the engines for all your running and jumping. Or, your shoulders and your lower back, which just take such a beating from lifting things. These are the body's major hotspots for muscle tears, and it's almost always because of the really demanding jobs we ask them to do. Okay, so you're injured. The immediate question is always, is this something I can just walk off, or do I really need to get some help? And this, right here, is a critical fork in the road to recovery. So what are the big red flags? Well, if you felt a sudden, sharp pop, or if the muscle just feels weak, like it won't fire up properly, that's a huge signal. Any obvious swelling or bruising is basically your body screaming at you for professional help. And here's a big one. If the pain just isn't getting any better after a few days, or if this is the same old injury happening over and over again, it's time to stop guessing and see someone who knows what they're doing. So you've made the smart call to get professional help. What happens next? Recovery isn't just about waiting around. It's a structured, proven process, a clear road to get you all the way back to 100%. It all kicks off with a proper assessment. You have to know what you're dealing with. The first step is, of course, managing that initial pain. But the key here, the part most people miss, is what comes next. This is an active process. We move into controlled mobility and then progressive strengthening. You see, the goal isn't just for the pain to go away. It's to actually rebuild the muscle and correct any issues so you can get back to what you love without being afraid of re-injury. But why bother with all these steps? Why not just rest up on the couch until it feels better? Well, because there's a real science to healing properly. And just trying to wait it out often does more harm than good. Here is the single most important idea in muscle recovery: balance. It's all about balance. If you rest too much, the muscle just gets weak and stiff. If you do too much too soon, you'll just make it worse. The sweet spot, the real magic, is that guided middle ground. You protect the injury just enough while using specific movements to promote strong, high-quality healing. Okay, let's talk about the advice that everybody gets from their well-meaning relatives. Just rest it. This idea that you should just lie perfectly still and not move an injured muscle is probably one of the biggest myths in all of recovery. The reality is, your body actually wants to move in order to heal. The right kind of movement does these incredible things. It boosts blood flow, it helps all the new healing muscle fibers line up correctly, and it stops everything from getting all stiff and weak. You're not just waiting for healing to happen. You are actively guiding it. So, all this work, all these stages, they're all leading to one single thing. And it's not just about being pain-free. It's about making a true comeback. So, what does a full recovery actually look like? Sure, the tissue heals, that's part of it, but it is so much more. It's about restoring your original strength and maybe even improving it. It's about learning to move better so this doesn't happen again. And honestly, the biggest prize of all, returning to your activities without that little voice of fear in the back of your head. It's about getting to trust your body again. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question. Whether you're dealing with an injury right now or you're preparing for the future, think about your approach. Are you just waiting for the pain to fade away, or are you actively building a foundation for a stronger, more resilient comeback? Believe me, the right path makes all the difference.